First marriage secretly hinted at the real way Georgie becomes rich in The Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory has long been celebrated for its nerdy humor, clever scientific references, and the often unexpected depth of its characters. While most fans remember Georgie Cooper, the charming, sometimes clueless older brother of Sheldon, as a minor character, the show drops subtle hints that his life may not be as ordinary as it seems. In particular, a close examination of Georgie's first marriage and his interactions with money suggests a secret pathway to wealth that the show almost whispers, rather than shouts. Georgie's first marriage is often overlooked, perhaps because it is only lightly referenced in a handful of episodes. The audience learns he was married young, but the show never spends much time exploring the relationship itself. On the surface, it seems like a small, almost irrelevant detail. Georgie's charm, combined with a tendency toward impulsive decisions, leads him into a marriage that doesn't last. But for the eagle-eyed viewer, this detail is more than just backstory. It's a narrative breadcrumb hinting at the financial trajectory that defines Georgie's adult life. The marriage that was more than it seemed. In Season 3, when Sheldon mentions Georgie's marriage in passing, most viewers chuckle at Georgie's awkward recounting of his failed relationship. Yet the dialogue is laced with subtle clues. Georgie doesn't just talk about love gone wrong. He references financial entanglements with a sly grin. He never outright says it, but the show hints at a partner who is both affluent and practical with money, someone who may have inadvertently provided Georgie with an education in wealth management. Unlike other characters whose wealth is overt, Howard with his astronaut career and Raj with his family money, Georgie's financial gains are quietly depicted. He is frequently seen driving nice cars, wearing stylish suits, and casually mentioning investments or business ideas. These details, scattered across episodes, hint at a wealth acquisition method that is more strategic than it appears. The early marriage may have served as an incubator for Georgie's later financial independence. A lesson in financial literacy. It's important to note that Georgie, though charming, is not portrayed as academically inclined in the same way as Sheldon. He doesn't build rockets or win physics awards. Instead, his intelligence manifests in social acumen and business savvy. The show hints that Georgie's first marriage, while ending in personal disappointment, may have been a crash course in financial literacy. Observers of The Big Bang Theory may recall Georgie casually referencing his ex-wife's advice or decisions, often with a touch of humor. "I learned more about tax write-offs in 6 months than I did in my entire life before." This offhand comment is key. It implies that Georgie's early exposure to financial responsibility, and perhaps to connections within the business world, was foundational to his later success. In a sense, his first marriage was not just about romance. It was a formative moment that shaped his understanding of wealth accumulation, risk, and investment. Business ventures, not luck. Georgie's later ventures, including opening his own store and dabbling in real estate, are often attributed to sheer luck or charm. But when we consider the subtle hints about his first marriage, a pattern emerges. Georgie is a man who learns from experience, particularly experiences that involve money and relationships. His initial exposure to a structured financial environment through his young marriage likely gave him a blueprint for managing business transactions and navigating contracts. This makes his success less a product of luck and more a logical extension of a carefully learned skill set. The show, deliberately or not, uses humor and understatement to suggest that Georgie's wealth is built on intelligence of a different kind, social intelligence and practical know-how, rather than scientific genius. The Cooper family dynamics. Of course, Georgie's path to wealth cannot be examined without considering his family background. Being Sheldon's older brother, he constantly operates in the shadow of a man with a genius-level IQ and eccentric habits. While Sheldon pursues academic accolades and Nobel Prizes, Georgie's approach is more pragmatic, sometimes even opportunistic. His first marriage may have been the first real opportunity for him to exercise autonomy and decision-making outside the rigid expectations of the Cooper household. The show frequently contrasts Georgie's social confidence with Sheldon's awkwardness. While Sheldon struggles to navigate basic human interactions, Georgie is quick to recognize opportunity, whether in business deals or personal relationships. The marriage, though short-lived, serves as a turning point, a real-world experience that allows him to test his instincts, understand negotiation, and learn the value of financial leverage. Subtle hints throughout the series. Several episodes drop subtle hints that connect Georgie's first marriage to his eventual wealth. In The Dumpling Paradox Season 1, he casually mentions investing in a side project with a friend, demonstrating a willingness to experiment financially. In The Cooper Extraction, Season 3, Georgie makes a comment about understanding contracts and the importance of reading the fine print, knowledge likely gained from his early marital experience. Even in later seasons, when he is shown running his business or making larger financial moves, the implication is that Georgie's savvy is cumulative, built upon lessons from earlier life events, including that first marriage. These hints are never spelled out explicitly, which is why many viewers miss them. The genius of The Big Bang Theory lies in its layering of character details. While the primary focus is comedy and science, the show's writers sprinkle in nuanced life experiences that inform character development. Georgie's financial success, when viewed through this lens, is not a random occurrence but a carefully constructed arc, subtly foreshadowed by his youthful decisions and relationships. The social edge. It's also worth noting that Georgie's first marriage may have provided more than financial insight. It could have expanded his social network. Wealth accumulation often depends on connections, and Georgie's charm combined with exposure to affluent circles through his ex-wife could explain how he later gains access to opportunities others might not see. Unlike Sheldon, whose interactions are largely confined to academia, Georgie navigates social spaces adeptly, turning casual encounters into business prospects. In a world where networking often determines financial success, this early exposure to a structured, affluent environment could be the most critical factor in his wealth-building journey. It's a classic case of learning the unspoken rules of social finance: who to trust, when to invest, and how to leverage relationships for mutual gain. Humor and understatement. Part of what makes The Big Bang Theory so effective is its use of understatement. Georgie's journey from a somewhat aimless young man to a financially successful adult is not dramatized. It's woven into small jokes, casual remarks, and fleeting references. The first marriage is presented humorously, almost dismissively, but in doing so, it mirrors real life. Many formative financial lessons happen in moments that feel trivial at the time. By framing Georgie's experiences in this understated way, the show allows a deeper narrative to exist beneath the comedy. Fans who pay close attention notice the pattern. Georgie's humor often masks his growing sophistication. Where others might flaunt their success, Georgie exhibits a quiet confidence that stems from real experience, a confidence first tested and honed during his youthful marriage. Revisiting the clues. To summarize the subtle clues connecting Georgie's first marriage to his wealth. 1. Casual references to financial lessons. Georgie frequently mentions learning about taxes, investments, and contracts in humorous asides. 2. Early exposure to affluent circles. His marriage may have placed him in environments where financial knowledge and networking were readily accessible. 3. Business acumen displayed later. His ventures into retail and real estate suggest strategic thinking rather than blind luck. 4. Social intelligence. Georgie's charm and networking skills hint at an education in social finance, likely nurtured by his early adult experiences.